The Trap by Dana Elizabeth, Part 3. Cherry wasn't big on all that emotional drama that Randy was demonstrating at the moment, so she blocked him quick and fast. 45 missed calls, 60 text messages, and 10 long dramatic voicemails of him trying to sound like a normal human being. In all honesty, the messages were sweet though. He was calm, concerned, and expressing that he was worried about Cherry because he hadn't heard from her all day. He went on and on to mention that he wanted to make sure she wasn't getting cold feet about them meeting for the first time next Saturday. Cherry listened to the messages one after the other with major concern. Red flags were everywhere. She was processing this new side of Randy that she was seeing for the first time. Although his actions appeared to be harmless and full of concern, something in her gut told her to fall back and give the whole new connection some serious thought. "Oh my God, Cherry, I told you something wasn't right about old McRandy had a farm," Bruce said as he hit the decline button on my car radio screen. "Who calls someone that much after you blocked them? I mean, y'all never even met in real life. He's a real life weirdo," Bruce said animatedly. "Yeah, I know, Bruce," Cherry replied while keeping her focus on the road. Cherry and Bruce were taking a car ride to the beach for a well-deserved day of relaxation. "Bruce, you don't have to beat me in the head. It's so strange, though. I never seen him act this way in the whole time we were talking. I swear, so many red flags. But you know me, I like a little adventure." "Adventure?" Bruce quickly blurted out. "Don't you mean toxicity? He is clearly toxic." They both chuckled. "Girl, you know you can't go on that trip, right?" "Bruce, I know," Cherry said, confirming that she understood where her best friend was coming from. Finally, they had arrived at the beach. As they pulled into the parking lot, Cherry slowly pulled into the first available space. She turned off the car, got out, and her and Bruce grabbed their beach chairs and their bags and began to walk to the beach to find a good spot to relax and talk. The beach has always been Cherry's happy place. The sound of the waves rolling and crashing was so soothing to her. Even walking into the water was healing. They drove nearly 4 hours to get there, since the beach was on the coast in another state. The car ride alone was therapy as well for Cherry. After her encounter with Benji, she knew she had to get to the water and fast. The beach was a place where Cherry could de-stress and process a lot of the happenings that were going on in her life. Of course, Cherry had packed a couple of bottles of wine and some light snacks for her and Bruce. Cherry powered down her phone. They sat back on the beach chairs, sipping their wine and enjoying the sound and the view of the powerful ocean that rapidly rolled back and forth, swallowing their feet every time a tide came in. As the wine began to kick in, Cherry opened up to Bruce about her backyard reunion with Benji. She openly expressed how therapeutic and candid their talk had been. Benji rolled his eyes and said, "Well, that's cute, y'all. I'm glad y'all got some closure," as he formed air quotes with his hands. "Oh, Bruce, don't start being a damn drama queen. I really feel like we both needed that. I'm not going to lie, though. I thought I was going to have to call the cops on his drunk ass," she said. "No, he was trying to get in my bed." But something was different about this talk. He was just really being open and honest, and I really appreciated that. "Girl, bye," Bruce interrupted. He was only being honest because, like you just said, he wanted to get in that bed. "He knows it's over, Cherry. I mean, come on. That's just what men do. Think about it. This is the first time you ever stood on business," Bruce continued. "Cherry, men are not emotional as women. I always tell you that. It takes them a minute before the reality of the breakup hits them." Child, he really wasn't being that honest if you ask me. I'm going to tell you this. His ass was hungry. Did he tell you that? And he probably wanted some of that good loving, like you said. Trust me, Benji knows he lost a good thing, and I will bet you $100 whoever is entertaining him cannot compare to you, girl. You are beautiful, smart, and stable. He messed up, Cherry. Let him deal with his karma. I mean, it's okay to let him vent, but bitch, don't do it again unless you're going to get caught right back in that trifling ass cycle. And I know you don't want that, okay? Bruce took a big swallow of his wine, and the two of them remained silent as they sat back and just enjoyed the ambiance. 2 weeks had passed since Cherry and Bruce took their road trip to the beach. Bruce preached to Cherry the whole 2 weeks about how it was important to ignore Randy and to not even think about going to North Carolina to meet with him. Cherry agreed as she buried herself into her work and focused on finding new talent for her record label. Cherry had just finished wrapping up a meeting with her new client. As she exited the meeting room and entered her office, she checked her phone to review any missed calls and messages. To her surprise, Bruce had been blowing her phone up with texts that read, "Girl, call me ASAP." And he also sent a link from BTKA News Network. Cherry quickly tapped the link in her messages, then navigated to her contacts to call Bruce. "Hey, Brucey B," she said as Bruce quickly answered the call. He didn't waste any time on the small talk or the normal salutations. He sounded shocked, shook, and frantic as he asked Cherry if she had listened to the news story he sent her. "Yes, Bruce, I just clicked it, but ads keep popping up. What is it about?" she said in a rushed tone as she was anxious to hear what was going on. "What's Randy's last name again?" Bruce questioned. "It's Lames, Bruce. Why?" Cherry sarcastically replied. "And I know, don't talk to him, ignore his calls." "Gosh, Bruce, at this point, you're starting to sound like a broken record in my head." "Well, bitch, press rewind and let the record keep spinning," Bruce said with an unfamiliar seriousness in his voice. "Well, clearly, you didn't watch the video." "Damn, no, I didn't have time." "I'm on the phone with you, duh." "I told you, he was a psychopath," Bruce said, cutting Cherry off. "Girl, you dodged a major bullet. The FBI raided his property and found a bunker with a bunch of women and children. I don't know all the details. The story popped up on my timeline, but I couldn't remember his last name." "Click the link, Cherry. I know that's him." As Cherry clicked the link and saw the title, she can confirm that the name matched. It was Randy Lames. Cherry's mouth dropped in disbelief as she began to feel nauseous while watching the video as the FBI agent escorted Randy into the car. "What?" Cherry stated in confusion. "Wait, what is going on?" "Yes, girl, you were his next target." "Just put me on speakerphone and fast forward the video to 9 minutes and 44 seconds. "Okay," Cherry said as she quickly followed Bruce's instructions. As she used her finger to fast forward the video, she stopped it at the desired time. Cherry dropped the phone after she saw a whole wall covered with her pictures. Pictures of her out walking to her car, pictures of her in the grocery store, even pictures of her at the gym. "What in the fuck is this?" she said, clearly surprised and baffled. Hello, are you there? What happened? Did you pass out, girl? What? Hello? Realizing she had dropped her phone, Cherry bent down and picked up the mobile device. "Bruce," she blurted out in total shock. "What in the fuck?" She had no words. She was speechless. It turns out the FBI had Randy under heavy surveillance as they had suspected him of killing his last 2 ex-wives for insurance fraud. However, it turned out that Randy, in fact, hadn't killed either of them. The FBI found both of the women and 6 children in total living in a bunker on his property. Cherry lifelessly fell back into her office chair, staring at her phone that she now had on pause on the frame showing the images of her on Randy's wall. Cherry stuttered. I'm lost for words, Bruce. What is going on?" she said as her eyes began to slowly fill with tears of fear and confusion. "What's going on is God is good. He protected you. It's like that time you spent out back with Benji was some kind of divine intervention, because had that never happened, you would have never saw how crazy he actually was." Cherry listened as she sat quietly, mouth wide open. "Look, girl," Bruce began, "I know this is a lot. I'm driving to your office as we speak. I'll text you when I'm outside. You're staying at my house tonight, and that's that." Wow. 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 Cherry repeated. I know, Cherry. I'm on my way, Bruce said in a reassuring tone. No, Bruce. I'm crying, but I'm laughing. I'm crying, but I'm laughing. You're laughing at what? Bruce said. This is not the time. This is not the time, Cherry. You're laughing at what? I'm laughing at the fact that all this time I've been fighting to get away from Benji, and he saved my life. Okay, Cherry, Bruce said in a loving voice. I love you. I'm on my way. Get your bags. You can get on the elevator. I'm pulling up to the building now. The end. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more short stories.